basically, this is my best advice for every developer of whatever, a game, app, a website, of whatever.
Mhm.
Localization should be started uh, day one. Just
Oh, okay.
if you think that if you have ambition of localizing your uh, game into even two languages, maybe three languages, or maybe 30 languages, if you have this idea that in the future you will do this, then you should start with two languages. One might be some of your second language, but start with two. And by starting with two, just the day one will imply that your game will be technically internationalized,
Hmm.
be ready to be localized into not two languages but 20 languages. Because once you start with two languages, you think about how the languages will be switched between each other. So you get the language switcher, and then you implement technically how the language switches in the game. So you're using some SDK, and you do not hard code your localization strings into the code. You extract them to be them in a separate file because you have two files
Right,
now.
right.
So and two is not very it's not too much to support in parallel. So even one of those languages could be artificial or machine translated something.
Hmm.
But this gives you from the very beginning this uh, development hygiene. You're developing in the way to support those two languages at the very beginning, and then you get the right plugins if you're talking about Unity, how they or right as SDKs, how to. So you build the process, and you live with localization from the day one. You think about date-time formatting, for example, number formatting. The SDK, the language itself you're writing your game in, will be just helping you to intentionalize your code. It's in the guidelines of if you develop in Kotlin for Google Play. There is internationalization guidelines of how to do localizable applications. You will be thinking about currencies. You will be thinking about implementing maybe some payment processors if you think about different markets. And also you will be thinking right away about the fonts. That's tricky. For example, what's the common mistake when the game is developed by Japanese or Chinese developers? They have hieroglyphs, and the font size and the support the font size is bigger than in if you just use the font in Latin
Mm.
Latin-based world, and so the size of the font is not a very big problem. But when Western developer tries to localize their game into Japanese, and they have developed some super pixel font that is very immersive in the game, but that font it contains only Latin letters. So when they switch to Japanese, no font supports so many symbols. There's very very rare custom font supports everything. So knowing about this just implies that you switch the fonts, you see how it will work, and then if you ever localize to Arabic, then the layout is different. So it's right to left. In Windows, this start button was at the right. I was very surprised to see this not on the left. So and just starting with two languages solves you the whole 80% of localization in the future, because adding more languages costs just adding more localization files to your localizable assets folder, and that's it.